Today's question is, what's my biggest motivation for getting healthy? And for the longest time, it was just to lose weight. In the beginning, all I wanted to do was lose weight to look good. And that was not a strong enough reason for me to get healthy. I would lose a little bit of weight, stop working out. Like most of the time it was 3 months, and then I would stop, gain the weight back. I know at one point I started I think it was keto and fasting. I did that for a month and lost 15 pounds in a month, and then gained it all back. And I do believe that the yo-yo, the up down, I believe that is part of the reason why I weighed so much in December of 2023, because my body had no idea, what was going to happen or when, or, all of that. So I had to change why I was trying to get healthy. And I know a lot of people are like, well, do it for your kids, or do it for, do it for your future, or do it for this. And I'm like, yes, and that's still not strong enough for me to get healthy and want to stick with it. So I had to sit down and I wrote why I want to work out, take care of myself, and get my shit together. And I wrote an entire list, and I'll read some of these off to you. The first one was to stay young as long as possible. You see these older people. I mean, shoot, there's people out there that are like 60 and, struggle to walk or struggle to participate in anything. And I want to be that 60-year-old that's out there playing slow pitch softball or running, 5Ks or even marathons eventually. But I want to be that person that as I age, I just get better. I want to have joints that work as I get older. My grandma has rheumatoid arthritis and my mom has bad knees. So I know that there's if I don't take care of myself, there's a possibility that I could struggle with those kinds of things as well. But they say with arthritis, it's one of those things that if you don't use it, that's when all of that stuff sets in. So, and I know my grandma, she sits at a computer desk, and, she was a farmer and did a lot of stuff out in the field, and then went to a computer desk job. And that's when most of it started kicking in for her. I apologize for my voice. It is morning. I usually do these the night before, but today we're doing it right in the morning. The second one was so my body feels good. There were so many times where walking up the stairs hurt my knees. My back hurt a lot. I could not bend over and tie my shoes. I'd get winded going up the stairs. There were so many things that my body felt because I had that extra weight, and still feels because I have so much extra weight. I feel like if I could lose that weight and be healthy, my body would feel a lot better. And I feel like, building muscle, be able to support my joints and be able to support everything in my body. And I feel like that would help tremendously. So that's why I want to build as much muscle as possible. Third one was so I don't get winded walking upstairs. Like I said, I got easily winded. I can't even tell you. And it was kind of embarrassing, honestly. My kids are upstairs. All of their bedrooms are upstairs. And I would walk up there to wake them up. And I was struggling to breathe, to be able to tell them, good morning, time to wake up. And we don't even have that many stairs. It's just one floor. And I was like, I'm getting winded after this small amount of stairs. That's not normal. And I was like, I have to do something, especially having asthma. That's a motivator as well. I want my lungs to be healthy. I want to be able to do the things that help my lungs and help me get better and be able to breathe better, because I know asthma, my grandpa has asthma, my mom has asthma. So, and I see how their body handles it now. And I don't want to be like that. I want to be able to continue to move and expand my lungs and get better with my asthma. so that I can continue running, continue doing the things that I want to do with the kids. Number 4 is so I can see my great-grandchildren. My great-grandma, I think I was, how old was I? I was 21 when she passed. So she had a decent life. My grandparents got to see their great-grandchildren, and I'm hoping, my mom gets to see her great-grandchildren, but I want to be one to be able to see my great-grandchildren, if I have them. And I want to be able to play with them and do things with them. I want to be that older person that still has the ability to run around and have fun and play with my great-grandchildren. So I can stop beating myself up. Oh my gosh. I have been the hardest on myself my entire life because of my weight and not being able to do things. I sat out a lot in elementary school because of my asthma, and in high school, I really put myself in a corner because of how I thought I looked. Like, it's crazy to me. I felt like I didn't fit in because of my weight. And I'm like, looking back, I'm like, what the heck? Like, most people didn't know it because it wasn't something that I spoke about out loud, but it's how I felt within, having thick thighs and having a little bit of a belly. Yeah. But I used workouts to punish myself for eating too much. And that is so unhealthy. I would get mad and I would run. And this was before I was running, but I would run and I would just talk to myself so mean in my head, like, get over it, just keep going, you're dumb, you ate all this food, you deserve this. And it was terrible. And I talked to myself like that for a really long time. So now, even into this healthy, I don't have to be a certain weight to start talking better to myself. I look at it as, how would I talk to my own child? And it's silly to compare myself to a child, but if you wouldn't talk to a child the way that you speak to yourself, you should rethink the way that you're talking to yourself. And that was huge for me. I give myself grace and I allow myself the space, whenever I do mess up or whenever I do eat too much. I mean, last night I had goulash and I ate too much and my belly hurt because of it. And I had to have a peppermint because it was hurting. And it's one of those moments where I'm like, why are you doing this to yourself? I have to slow down, especially when eating. We don't realize we are full until 25 minutes later. So if we don't allow ourselves to sit with that, especially with noodles, I feel like noodles are, what do you call it? I don't know, but if you eat noodles, it takes our bodies a little while to realize that that the noodles are there, because it processes different than other foods. Like protein, I feel like our bodies are like, oh, hey, I need that right now. So let's, that's there. It automatically clicks in our brain that it's there. And with noodles, it doesn't click right away. So then we're eating a whole bunch and then, oh dear, we are way too full. But I want to stop beating myself up. Number 6 is so my joints aren't struggling by 50. Like I said, my mom has knee issues. My grandma has arthritis. I do not want to struggle. And the amount of pain that they say they're in, so often I don't want to be that person that has to, sit up, do stages, getting out of bed, getting up, moving my body before I even get out of bed. And that might benefit me now, but I don't want it to be because I have to, because my body won't go if I don't do those things. I don't want to have bad joints by the time I'm 50. I want to, and they say when you weigh more, I don't know what the equivalence is, but obviously, the more weight you have on your body, the more pressure you have on your joints, especially your knees and your ankles. And I don't want that for my body. I want to be able to take care of it. The more weight I get off of my body now, the better my joints will be as I get older. So I want to be able to take care of that for my joints. I have 5 cats, so they're going crazy right now. Number 7. So I can be happy seeing myself in pictures. I know I mentioned this in another video, but when I look at pictures and when I look at myself in the mirror, I do not see me. I see a totally different person. And still to this day, like right now in this body that I'm in, I don't see me in those pictures. And I want to be able to look at pictures and be like, that's me. Or, you know, be proud of that person in those pictures. And I've had a glimpse of that in a couple pictures that I've taken while, you know, when I got down to the 215, and I want to be there. I'm okay with being over 200 pounds if I am fit. Does that make sense? Like, the weight doesn't matter as long as I have muscle on my body and I can look at myself in pictures and be like, I like that girl. So I want to be able to look at pictures and be proud of the person that I'm looking at in those pictures. Number 8, so I can like the reflection in the mirror. There are so many times that I've looked at myself in the mirror and just like, you know, like I've questioned, what are you doing? Why did you let yourself get like this? And it sucks, you know, when you have to look at yourself in the mirror. I mean, for me, every time I wash my hands, every sink we have almost has a mirror in front of it. And I know there are people out there that just get rid of their mirrors. But I feel like a mirror is a way to face reality for me. If I don't have that mirror, you know, would I let myself go? You know, would I be bigger because I don't have that reflection looking back at me saying, hey, like, keep yourself on track? But I want to be able to look at that person in the mirror and, you know, like that person as well. Number 9, so my clothes fit better. A lot of people are like, well, just buy bigger clothes. Yes, and the bigger clothes that I have, I've worn baggy clothes for a really long time. And I know it's okay to wear baggy clothes, but also I want to feel confident in like smaller clothes. So I put on a men's extra large and a women's extra large. That's a huge difference too. The women's extra large was so tight and literally just hugged everything on my body, and I was like, yeah, I don't like it. But the men's, it fit really loose. So I was like, okay, there's a difference as well. But I want to be able to wear like size large clothes, like shirts. I've worn like size large for most of my life. And then, you know, I was clear up to a 2X at one point and almost 3X in some of the clothes that I was getting because I was like, I wanted it to be, you know, even baggier than it was. So I purchased another size up. And now I have those clothes and I put them on and I'm like, whoa. But I want to be able to wear, like, it seems like they don't make as nice of clothes for the bigger sizes because I don't know if it's a material thing, I don't know what it is, but it seems like all the bigger clothes are like blah, so you can't really wear as nice of clothes. And maybe I'm just not looking in the right places. That's a possibility as well, because I typically shop at like boring stores. The next one, so my organs can function better. I have had digestive issues for such a long time, and I don't know if it's because of the weight. I don't know if, you know, I talked about visceral fat in the other videos of like, you know, the fat around your organs. I don't know if that's a possibility of like why my digestive system is messed up, but I want to feel healthy inside and outside and not have the digestive issues. I'm hoping that I can correct that as time goes on. I know that will probably require me changing more of my eating habits. I do drink lactose-free milk because drinking regular milk, oh my gosh, that's a terrible time. So I'll have to probably change more of my eating ways, but that's one of the reasons that I want to be healthy. 11 is so I have more energy. I have been going to bed at like 8 o'clock. The kids go to bed, I go to bed, and I feel exhausted most of the time, no matter what I do, no matter what time I get up, no matter what. I feel depleted at all times. So I want to be able to have more energy and be able to do things with the kids. Number 12, so I can have better mental health. I did start medicine when I went to the doctor in December of that year because I have struggled with anxiety and depression for a really long time. And I know they say, you know, anxiety is when you're focusing on what's going to happen, and depression is when you focus on what has already happened. And there were like, I just could not manage it enough to be able to get out of that space. Like, I would lay down and then I was flustered because there was a lot of stuff that I wasn't doing while I was laying down. And then, you know, it was just a vicious cycle. And I would have manic episodes where I could clean the house in a matter of 2 hours. And it was not healthy for me. I had so many highs and lows in a day. And it wasn't even, you know, most people have like low days and then they have a high day and then they have some low days. But no, mine was like up, down, up, down, up, down in the day. And it was a struggle going from laughing to crying to mad to all over the place. Okay, can you not kick my thing? Sorry, cat. But I decided to get on medicine because I was like, I have to have some form of normalcy. So that kind of helped my mental health a little bit. But I feel like if I lose more of the weight and be able to be confident in my own body, that will help my mental health as well. Number 13, so I'm happy more often, kind of goes hand in hand with the mental health thing. Being able to look at myself and like what I'm seeing, that would help tremendously. So my jeans fit normal without a hair tie. I have accomplished this one. I had a pair of jeans that I really loved that I got, you know, before I had gained all the weight, and I was using a hair tie to hold them on, you know, as if I was pregnant. And I was like, this is kind of embarrassing. I'm not pregnant anymore. I haven't been pregnant for 5 years. And I was like, I have to be able to wear my jeans normal, be able to button them normal. And still, some of my jeans are a little snug, but we're getting there. Slowly but surely. Slowly but surely. And then the last one is so I can run my first 5K. And I did that in April of last year. And I ran a second one, I think it was in June. I'm not sure, but I did run at least 2 5Ks last year. 3 5Ks because I ran one in September as well. Cat, please don't. I ran one in September as well. So that was a ton of fun. And then as I've gone, this is my health journey book that I've just kind of kept track of all of the things, because I'm a person that, like, if I can see how I've changed and how, like, I've mentally changed and some of the things that I was saying in the beginning, I know there's another spot in here where I wrote down again, like, every so often I update my why on, like, why I'm doing this just to keep myself going. This one, I think. Yes. So it was February 4th of 2024. This one, I want to work out and take care of myself because I want to see how small I can look in size 2X clothing. So the clothing that I've been wearing. You know, you see people with these, like, these shirts or these pants, and they're in one side of the pant leg. Like, I wanted that experience. Granted, my pants aren't as big as, like, me, so it's a little different, but I wanted to see what I looked like in 2X clothing. I want to work out and take care of myself because I want to know what it's like to run for fun. That one's interesting. I want to see muscle when I look in the mirror. I feel more confident about everything. I want to inspire other moms of multiples to take care of themselves. I really like the way I feel when I'm nourished and getting in shape. I want to enjoy activities with the boys. I want to feel good now and at older ages. So those are similar to the ones that I put in the beginning, but just like keeping them updated, that's what keeps me motivated. You know, people are like, well, I don't have the motivation. And I'm like, you have to find the motivation. Like, you have to dig deep for that motivation. It's not something that's like, you're going to wake up and you're going to be like, yes, I want to be healthy today. I want to work out today. You're going to have some of those days, but it's not going to be an everyday thing. There's going to be days where you're like, nope, I'm not doing it today. But you have to have that, you know, why am I doing this? Why are you taking care of yourself? Why are you trying to get healthy? You have to have that deeper motivation that says, get the heck out of bed, take care of yourself, you know, do the things you need to do to be healthy. So that is my motivation for today. The key phrase for this one And I've said it in the previous videos, I'm going to be shouting out channels that watch all the way to the end and comment the key phrase at the end, just to kind of show you my appreciation for you. I have had one, the last 2 videos, that has commented and watched all the way to the end. So thank you, Miranda Ballard 3346, for watching my videos all the way to the end and commenting the key phrase. The key phrase for this video is motivation starts within. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.